Good morning, and we are currently in week 3. It says September 3rd to September 10th or so. Again, the week will run from Monday through Sunday, so you have until Sunday at midnight. Roughly, it might end 5 minutes to midnight, in order to accomplish all these different tasks. This week is a big week, and we're going to be covering 2 chapters in the text. It's chapters 18 and 19. We're covering sort of westward expansion at this point, a little bit of the Gilded Age still. But more importantly, I want to go over a couple of different things that have to do with sort of the outline of events. Last week we started our dialectical journal, and hopefully you've gotten that set up on the blog. I'm going to go through and check those soon. And we're going to continue that. So every week you're going to get into the American Yawp Reader. You're going to select a primary source. You're going to think about the content. We're doing the dialectical model, which is you're going to take at least 5 quotes from the source, or if you're doing an image, you're going to make 5 observations about the source, and then you're going to interact with it somehow. But this week we have one additional thing to look at in terms of the dialectical, and let me show you that. The dialectical will also have a reflection paper occasionally. Now this is an assignment that goes along with your first and second entries. So last week we had our first entry. This week you have your second entry. Once you've done the second part of the dialectical, you're going to have 2 primary sources. And what I want you to do is think about the 2 primary sources you've read so far. And you're not going to be able to make huge connections yet because we've only seen 2 sources. But for the dialectical journal reflection paper, you're going to try to connect them together somehow. You're going to try to see a change or a pattern or some trends. Here are some suggested questions for you. Again, this is just a 1 to 2 page reflection. You don't have to get incredibly in-depth. Some questions you can think about. You don't have to answer all of them. You don't have to answer any of them if you don't want, but these are sort of guiding questions for you. A couple of other things this week. This week we're starting our first choices role-playing game. And it's going to be done, the first 2 weeks are going to be done through discussion sessions. The last week is going to be a written assignment. So this is a 3-week outline, a 3-week plan. So the first week, we're going to look at American imperialism and the choices. And based on your last name, you're going to be in one of 3 groups. You're either going to have option 1. Option 2 is if your last name starts with a J or an R, J through R. And option 3, you'll be based on your last name if it's an S through a Z. So you're going to download your option, and the option is going to have to do with American imperialism. So it'll be either we should be imperialistic, we should not be imperialistic, or there's a third option. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head what it is. I believe it's we should hold on to the colonies but try to help free them. So you're going to read through your option, and you're just going to read your option this week. And then in the discussion forum, you will summarize what your option says. So if your option 1, you're going to go through and you're going to discuss what your option is with the other people in your group. Next week, you'll take a look at your options again, except we're going to have a full class discussion. And we're going to try to answer that question, how should America act to imperialism? And then in the third week, you're going to have a paper on it. So you can drop your option role play, and you'll be able to take the position that you think is appropriate based on the evidence from the 2 discussion forums. But this week you will have your option files, and I think I might need to add 2 here. Yeah, so this is just the first option, so I will get the second 2 options up after I'm done recording this. So that's the first thing. We have the dialectical reflection paper. We also have our first of the choices options, and those are your big assignments for the week. But we also have our exam. The exam will cover chapters 16 through 19, so you probably want to do your readings before you start to take the exam. 16 through 19, it's a little less than 40 questions, and you have the entire week to do it, so you can start it now. It should be open now. It'll close Sunday, I think, at 11:55. I have the test set so that if the time is up, then the test will close and it'll submit whatever you have done. So please do not wait until 11:30 to start this because you might run out of time. I also believe that I have it set for a 2-hour window, so you have to take it within the 2 hours. If you run out of time, it's just going to submit whatever it is that you have done. So start it early. Make sure that you work diligently so that you can get it accomplished before the end of that 2-hour window. So we have the choices discussion forum, we have the dialectical journal reflection paper, and you have the actual dialectical journal entry, and then the exam this week. So there's a lot to do. Some of it is time sensitive, so please make sure that you're aware of that. And if you have any questions, please email me. I believe that I've been getting back to everybody within a pretty good time. So let me know, and otherwise have a nice week, and I will be checking in periodically. Thanks.